Greetings and welcome to the official launching of the 4th edition of Global Money Week 2021 hosted by the UN Youth Seychelles. We are pleased to welcome back those of you who have been with us throughout this journey, as well as those of you who are new to the concept of Global Money Week. The purpose of this campaign is to instill within the youth a greater awareness of their financial behaviors and matters by giving them the knowledge and skills which will further their ability to make financially sound decisions. This edition will be slightly different from its predecessors due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Though the event will be entirely virtual, we have kept some aspects the same, such as dedicating days to specific tracks, which will be presented by different organizations. In the past, we've engaged with key members of the financial sector, such as ministries, agencies, banks, and insurance. Instead of the usual one track per day spread over the course of 5 days, we came to the collaborative decision of having a combination of popular tracks, as well as some that could do with further exploration. These tracks were narrowed down to business management, economics, and financial crimes. The pandemic has caused economies around the world to collapse, and the same can be said for our small island nation. With the economy being in a dire situation, now more than ever, greater emphasis and consideration is needed in terms of how we as individuals from an early stage must spend wisely. So, it is only fitting that the theme for this year's event is Take Care of Yourself, Take Care of Your Money. In accordance with this year's theme, we are urging that you think twice before making any unnecessary spending. After all, this is the time to truly separate your wants from your needs and to be wary of where your money goes.
COVID-19 took the world by storm. Little did we know that the rampage that would be yet to come would leave economies on their knees, and our little Seychelles was certainly no exception and was not spared. As social distancing and mandatory mask wearing became the norm, one by one tourists disappeared and the beaches became clearer. Little by little, the town would become a ghost town. Businesses across the country scratched their heads trying to remain afloat. Never has there been a time where people needed to find ways of making ends meet. At this point, every penny mattered. Across the country, pyramid schemes would emerge trying to lure our vulnerable people into an abyss. Many people became victims of these practices. During these difficult times, financial knowledge and hard work are very important. The pandemic has left us all in panic and terror, but we shouldn't give up on our dreams. That is why it is extremely vital to submerge ourselves in the realm of financial literacy. Always seek ways to invest smartly. Your income is your pride. Your savings is your child. Nurture these with utmost consistency and discipline. Prioritize where you spend your hard-earned money. Keep your revenue streams healthy and always flowing in. Remember, high risks equals high returns. Not be afraid of investing, growing, and yielding from your savings. Together, we can all have financial freedom.
For us at Penlac, the Global Money Week gives us an opportunity to share our trade, our business with the UN Youth Service. We at Penlac believe that trade is one of the most crucial means of implementing the Sustainable Development Goals. And we feel we need to involve young people understanding all aspects of business.
Ouais, c'est la compagnie Penlac, il fait 35 ans que nous existons. Et tout le monde nous produit localement, et tout travail ici c'est là, et tout staff est happy ici.
Ouais, c'était quand même un métier important, nous côté Penlac, nous style fermier. Beaucoup de monde a dit ça, un métier Penlac numéro 1 de Sicile. Penlac numéro 1 de Sicile.
Global Money Week, it's a campaign which sensitizes the youth of the importance of savings, of being financially free. So it raised the awareness from an early age of a child for them to understand the importance of saving and what's the purpose of saving, what financial freedom, resilience this brings. And as a child grows up and starts working, this attitude is embedded into one of their core principles of life. Since the pandemic has struck the whole world, the economy of the world has collapsed in a certain way. This has not left Seychelles anywhere behind. As an institution, when I look from the Ministry of Finance where I worked, one of the biggest challenges that we faced was the realization of the massive drop in revenue when the cost of government remained more or less stable or constant. So faced with a situation where you from a surplus and you have to fund your existing programs, so you go into a deficit. So your current policy, which was then for example in March last year, became more or less irrelevant. So the objective of having a debt sustainability in terms of reaching the debt to GDP ratio, which was set, becomes no longer relevant because one of the priority of government or Ministry of Finance was to ensure that job is secured for both private sector and public sector, and people can put food on the table. So the biggest challenges is changing the priority to adjust with the pandemic in ensuring the lives of the people and the lives of business continuity. So this is the biggest challenges, and to achieve that, it's a mix. There will be some pros and some cons, but at the end of the day, one need to ensure that the effect on the economy, you have to balance the social aspect as well, ensuring that people are out of employment, inflation is maintained at a stable level. So I think this is the biggest challenge.
What does Global Money Week mean to SEYCHELLES? The Global Money Week is a wonderful opportunity to incite at a very early stage the interest of young people in the financial sector and, in our case, insurance. We see the Global Money Week as a tool to educate the population about how to grow themselves financially, which ultimately also means growth in the financial sector and the economy at large. What financial issues or concerns has SEYCHELLES observed since the pandemic? With a pandemic of this size and reach, the whole world economy is feeling the impact. Whilst insurance by default is designed to build resilience in times of loss, there are extreme situations that affect the insured and the insurers. A sluggish economy has a direct impact on business earnings, and businesses losing earning may cause a chain reaction where many businesses are staring at closure and bankruptcy. The insurance industry can only exist if individuals and other businesses are in need of insuring their assets. With no assets to insure or the lack of capacity to insure due to a shortage of financial resources, the insurance industry is also at risk.
The central bank sees Global Money Week as an extension of efforts to impart financial education to our population. As a youth-led initiative targeting the youth, it provides a platform for peer-to-peer engagement, an effective way to share knowledge and bring about the desired transformation. We have supported Global Money Week since it was first celebrated in Seychelles in 2018, as we believe the younger generation has the potential to transform the way we manage our own as well as the country's financial resources in the future. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the need for enhanced financial education. During the past year, the use of digital financial services has increased. The pandemic has also underlined the need for the public to be well informed of the impact of such a crisis on the economy, the implications of new policy measures, and how to adapt to economic uncertainties. These are among the key target areas of our financial education initiatives going forward.
Global Money Week is an opportune time to educate and sensitize our people on sound financial management. Since the pandemic, Enterprise Seychelles Agency has observed a number of financial issues, and most importantly, poor financial management. We must take this opportunity to educate individuals and businesses alike on how to better manage our finances.
For Enterprise Seychelles Agency, the Global Money Week represents a platform that we can use to promote entrepreneurship and showing the youth how they can use their skill to earn, save, and learn for the future. The pandemic has been very difficult, especially for small businesses, but however, there are many learning outcomes, such as placing our needs above our wants, also placing our eggs in different baskets, also keeping a little cash cushion in case of tough days.
To me, Global Money Week is an opportunity for the youth to learn how to handle their finances wisely. It is a period of time focused on financial education, which is extremely important. In fact, I wish that I had the chance to be part of a Global Money Week when I was younger, as this would have eased me into today's financial reality instead of being abruptly thrown in. Some financial concerns that I have observed since the beginning of the pandemic is obviously less work available or slowed down work, the signing of contracts slowed down, everything just slowed down in general. And knowing how to save would help in such situations, and also learning how to find new ways of investing finances that would result with somewhat of a profit. However, on the positive side, the pandemic also brings work opportunities in regards to activities that are directly related to it. For example, I got a job with a news agency to cover the current COVID-19 situation in Seychelles. And even so, this still required financial calculations and knowing how to assess certain risks, which honestly I sought help for in regards to that. So to conclude, generally knowing how to manage finances properly would help in both negative and positive situations during this pandemic.
Hi. My name is Gabriela Gontier, and I am a Monitoring and Evaluation Officer at the Ministry of Fisheries and the Blue Economy. Previously, I had the utmost privilege to attend the Future Cost Workshop, where I understood the essence of money in everyday life. I understood that it is not just about expenses, but equally about saving and investing. I also got the fruitful opportunity to build and vamp up on existing and new traits, such as effective management and budgeting. As a young adult, I am cautious and always thinking about my future and what it entails. I believe the importance of Global Money Week is that it provides education and sensitization to the general public and young adults. It gives us the opportunity to understand about money and finances. It also educates us to be more innovative and find different ways to earn, as well as to be cautious with our spending. This Global Money Week gives us the opportunity to build on knowledge and skills which can help us with future financial decisions and effectively allow us to be independent, resilient, and more cautious in our decisions. I would say that during this pandemic, every cent matters. We are in a period of uncertainty and we do not know what will happen next. So I would say be more cautious with your money because every cent matters. We are working very much harder in this pandemic, so be wise with how you spend it. Reevaluate your needs and your wants. Thank you.
So Global Money Week is a week in which we learn to appreciate and understand the importance of one of the world's most valuable resources, which is money. We learn ways in which it is used positively, for example, as a medium of exchange or a store of value, which would give it like more benefits in the future. For example, it encourages saving, as you could expect money to increase in value in the future. But we also learn ways in which money can be criminalized and used for fraudulent activities. In that way, we could stay away from it in the future, or we could be more aware of fraudulent practices when we see it, and we could discourage it. Global Money Week also highlights the importance of saving and utilizing our money in a way that would be both beneficial to ourselves, our future selves, and even the economy of the country, as we would be making wise investments. As a young adult going out into the world very soon, one of the biggest challenges we tend to face is financial challenges. How to manage our money, how to use it properly, is it ever enough? But this is a learning experience to know really how to use it, what to invest in, how to do proper savings. And so when we go out into the world, we're not really lost or brand new to all this knowledge. We kind of know how to navigate our way around it to make better informed choices, and hopefully which would benefit everyone around us.
To me, Global Money Week means getting more knowledge in finance, entrepreneurship, and learning how I can better manage my money. I love the aspect of getting the opportunity to visit different institutions in Seychelles and learning the inner workings of the businesses.
Global Money Week is my baby. It is one of the projects I got to work on firsthand when I just joined UN Youth, and to be honest, it's one of the only project that I put the most energy in. What it means to me, it is one project that allows students to get more knowledge when it comes to financial sector, to be more financially literate, so to speak. And for me, when I joined UN Youth, I thought I was pretty comfortable when it came to financial matters, but working first and getting the chance to organize and, just being there, interacting with other students, hearing their ideas, it is just one of the best, because when you're at uni or you're doing your diploma, you're just doing things theoretically, but now when you're part of an NGO, you really get the chance to broaden your skill set and just get the chance to share it with other young people, and that's just the best. Thank you.
Global Money Week is important to me because this is a time that we as individuals can truly reflect on our finances. This is of utmost importance this time around due to the devastating impact that the COVID-19 pandemic has left on the global economy. This has really forced us to rethink the way that we spend our money, which truly highlights this year's theme of take care of yourself, take care of your money.
Global Money Week provides a platform for the promotion of financial education for youth. For me, this celebration in Seychelles has proved to be an event driven by youth in collaboration with institutions who values financial empowerment. Several times we've said, save for the rainy days, and the pandemic came as a storm. More than ever, financial education is key in how we plan, strategize, save, and invest for our future and sustain our current realities. Learning from each other as institutions or individuals seems small, but it is powerful when it builds towards positive collective behaviors.
As much as it is important to keep ourselves safe during this pandemic, it is also extremely important that we take care of our finances. This is where Global Money Week comes in to save the day. Personally, to me, Global Money Week has been the godmother of all finances. Global Money Week has taught me a lot about financial literacy, about more smarter ways to invest my finances, and basically various ways to be more competent in the world of economics, finances. Given that financial crimes are on the rise, I think it is definitely important for everybody to know how to better take care of their finances, of themselves, and their money during this pandemic.
Financial literacy is an essential life skill. Global Money Week offers valuable opportunity for the youths to learn more about money matters, the history of money, currencies, and gain a better understanding of the work of stock exchanges around the world. It is very important to teach the youths about the basic concept of personal finance before stepping into the big world of money making. Financial awakening is what we need in today's society, especially now since we're facing a global pandemic. And after all, The youths are the focus of change. They can change life of others and their own when they have the right financial tools. And in addition, financial education is the key to financial success. The more you know, the more you grow.
Global Money Week has been a great initiative introduced over the last few years to simply help open the eyes of our young people and our communities to the entire landscape of financial services. Along the way, people have been empowered by being given the information that is necessary to enable them to make sound financial decisions. Now, what has happened over time is that we have seen the great support of the central bank, government agencies, as well as the financial services industry. This has all contributed to elevating financial consciousness as we work together to bring the financial education conversation to the front line, thereby empowering our people through financial inclusion, financial education, and most importantly, financial empowerment. That has been the power of Global Money Week.
That was a lovely insight into how Global Money Week has been celebrated over the past few years. We've heard from organizations, members, and participants who have been instrumental in making this event where it is today. Despite these unprecedented times, we from UN Youth Socials understand the need for financial literacy, especially given the economic difficulties many countries are going through currently. Therefore, the events for this year are all virtual and will enable us to ensure that each and every one of us makes sound financial decisions. Therefore, without further ado, here's to the 4th edition of Global Money Week in Seychelles, and hope that everyone practices and remembers the theme for this year, which is take care of yourself, take care of your money.
Thank you.